Imagine walking into a room full of people and noticing one person who stands out. Broad gestures, loud laughter, and a charisma that seems to draw everyone's gaze. This person enjoys being the center of attention, but what happens when this need for the spotlight becomes chronic and exaggerated? This is where we encounter histrionic personality disorder, a psychological condition often confused with narcissistic personality disorder, but with very distinct characteristics. While both disorders share a desperate need for attention, the motivation behind each one is different. Narcissists want to feel superior to others, even if it means stepping on them, whereas people with a histrionic personality style are primarily seeking to be loved and validated by others. What is histrionic personality disorder? Histrionic personality disorder is one of several disorders that belong to Cluster B, which is characterized by dramatic, emotional, and erratic behavior patterns. Within this group, we also find narcissistic, borderline, and antisocial personality disorders. People with histrionic personality disorder have a constant need to be the center of attention, paired with emotional behavior often perceived as excessive or exaggerated. They frequently use seduction or drama to ensure that all eyes and interest are on them. While in small doses this behavior can seem charming or entertaining, it becomes problematic when it interferes with their ability to maintain authentic relationships or lead a balanced life. This disorder is more commonly diagnosed in women, typically in late adolescence or early adulthood when behavior patterns and personality traits become more stable. One of the most notable aspects of histrionic personality disorder is the incessant search for attention. People with this disorder tend to feel uncomfortable or even empty when they are not the focus of those around them. To capture the attention they crave, they may resort to seductive behaviors, excessive dramatization of situations, or even playing the victim. This is not always done consciously, but it is a strategy that helps them avoid feeling invisible or ignored. Another distinctive trait is how they express their emotions. Those with this disorder often experience their emotions intensely, but what stands out most is that their emotional expressions are usually disproportionate. For example, a small discomfort might be presented as a major tragedy, or a simple compliment may be received as overwhelming admiration. This tendency to exaggerate often leads to them being seen as dramatic or even manipulative by those around them. In addition to constant attention-seeking and emotional exaggeration, they tend to be overly concerned with their physical appearance. How they look and how others perceive their image is of great importance, as they see their physical appearance as a key tool to attract the attention they long for. They invest considerable time and effort in ensuring their appearance meets what they believe is necessary to draw attention. Although they may seem sociable and charming at first glance, the relationships they form tend to be superficial. While they may surround themselves with people and appear to be the life of the party, they often struggle to form deep and authentic connections. This is because their need to be the focus of attention prevents them from developing genuine emotional exchanges with others. Their relationships are more about the attention they receive than about meaningful emotional interaction. This superficiality in relationships is also linked to their impulsivity, as they tend to act without thinking about long-term consequences, always seeking the immediate gratification of being admired or praised. Emotional manipulation is another characteristic that, while not always intentional, frequently appears in people with this personality disorder. They may use their emotions, quickly shifting moods, to influence others and ensure they do not lose the attention they need. One moment they may be crying uncontrollably, and the next, laughing loudly, depending on what they think will capture more attention at that moment. Causes of histrionic personality disorder. The exact causes of the disorder are unknown, but studies suggest that both biological and environmental factors play a role in its development. There is some genetic predisposition that may increase the likelihood of developing histrionic personality disorder, especially if there is a family history of personality disorders. However, upbringing also plays an important role. Children raised in homes where attention and affection were conditioned on certain behaviors may develop the belief that they need to be the center of attention to be loved. This is reinforced in societies that value external appearance and charisma over more internal qualities, thus fueling histrionic behaviors. It can also develop as a result of trauma, abuse, or neglect from parents or primary caregivers. Personality disorders are often defenses against very adverse contexts in childhood. Differences between histrionic personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. Although histrionic personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder share some traits regarding attention-seeking, the underlying motivation in each is quite different. The narcissist seeks admiration and, above all, to feel superior to others. Their self-esteem depends on the feeling of being above others and receiving external validation to confirm their grandiosity. For the narcissist, being admired is not enough. They need to feel more important than those around them, and they won't hesitate to trample on others if necessary to maintain this sense of superiority. On the other hand, people with histrionic personality disorder do not necessarily seek to be superior, but rather to be the center of emotional attention. They do not care about being seen as better or greater than others. What they want is for people to love, adore, and focus on them. Their motivation is emotional. They long to feel valued and loved, and they will do whatever it takes to ensure they receive the affection they believe they deserve. Additionally, the ways they interact with others differ. The narcissist tends to manipulate to belittle or dominate, while the histrionic individual seeks to attract others with their charisma or dramatics. The narcissist is indifferent to the feelings of those around them and may exploit people for their own benefit, whereas the histrionic person needs to please others and can be charming, albeit superficial, in their social interactions. Another significant difference is how they react to rejection. When a narcissist is ignored or criticized, they may react with anger or disdain, feeling that their self-esteem has been threatened. In contrast, the histrionic person tends to react with emotional desperation. They may become more dramatic, try harder to regain attention, or victimize themselves to reclaim the lost focus. Their reaction does not stem from a wound to their grandiosity, but from a deep need to feel valued and loved. Narcissists tend to have an inflated self-perception, seeing themselves as unique and special, deserving of unconditional admiration. In contrast, those with histrionic personality disorder often have a more fragile self-esteem and rely heavily on external validation to feel good about themselves. If they do not receive the attention or affection they need, they may end up feeling empty or worthless. Treatment of histrionic personality disorder. The most effective treatment for histrionic personality disorder is usually psychotherapy. This type of therapy helps individuals identify and change the thought patterns that contribute to their attention-seeking behaviors. The main focus is to help them develop a more solid self-esteem that does not depend entirely on external validation, as well as to manage their emotions more effectively. They also learn to establish deeper and more authentic relationships, moving away from the need to be the center of attention. Childhood traumas that may have triggered the disorder are also addressed, as they could be the root cause of these dysfunctional behaviors developed as a defense mechanism. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments, and if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.